Andy Singleton was my hero. Not the Flash, not Green Lantern, maybe a little bit Iron Man. But it's not your comic book kind of hero. It's your quiet hero. It's your polite kind of heroism. It's the kind of heroism that is the backbone of a culture, that forms community, that forms families. That's my hero, the best of us. And we've lost one of the best of us. Broad shoulders, big hands, unassuming, not out for self-aggrandizement. He was a builder of community in a slow and steady way. Communities that were within his reach, within his arms. His municipalities, his family, his church. He was a hero to me, building us quietly. With those big hands and those big shoulders that I could never seem to get my arms around. He touched everything in this community right here. Youth group. Interacted with our youth for many years. Young people, education, that was his best. Heart and hand. Trips on rivers, boats. That's actually how he formed a community with me. I purchased him. Heart and hand. Indentured servitude for a camping weekend. Strangely, he knew a lot about camping. But he wasn't always selling. Sometimes he was buying. Sometimes a cabin at the woods at New Year's, at Makajuan. Sometimes a cabin at Door County. Sometimes a cabin at Steamboat Springs, Colorado. Well, that one wasn't a cabin, it was a condo. But it was alliterative, so I left it in. But in any case, he's always close to the earth. That kind of hero. Committed to his community causes. A greener community. He made this church green. Art fair, worked tirelessly. And I thought I would just illustrate a very short story. And tell you the story of Andy the rummage sale. And then you'll understand the hero we've lost. Weekend before rummage sale, he would be here. Never see him at the service. He'd be out setting up shelves, getting the lead on it, getting ahead, setting up tables, moving stuff into the church as rapidly as possible, calling me to help him. A leader. And by the end of that day, everyone had left. And there was Andy Singleton, still pulling things in. And then Andy would say, Randy, get in this truck with me and we'll drive over to this storage unit that I didn't even know existed. And inside the storage unit is a year's worth of stuff that he had accumulated from rummage sale. I said, Randy, we're going to stick that in the truck. It's a subtle way to build a community. 18 couches and 18 chairs later, it was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Deb is there, Janice is there, Tara is there. They were pulled into this circle of these arms, this community, this friendship. And then rummage sale day rolls around. Been a week and a half, and he's worked every minute of it. And at the end, it's 5 in the morning at rummage sale day, and I would say, Janice would say, I've got to be there, I've got to be at the church. I'd say, oh, I'll be alone. I'd get there really late, like 6:15. And there was Andy. There was Deb. They'd work all day and all morning, and eventually some people would show up, and then some more people, and then some more community would show up, and eventually more community would coalesce around this guy, and then we would work our butts up for the rest of the day. All through the day, and eventually you would notice the people leaving, the community getting smaller, smaller, and smaller. And then about 1:30 or 2 in the morning, there would be Andy Singleton. And I would be weak. I would be tired. I would be feeling sorry for myself. But by golly, my hero would say, no, there's just one more job to do. There's one more piece of this community we have to make right. That's my hero. A quiet hero. The best of us.
From Jack Spector Bishop, Youth Group Alum. When I was 14, Deb and Andy took us camping the summer before I entered youth group. I was so nervous, I hardly knew how to talk to anyone. Thank God that Andy did what he did best. He made me feel valuable, like what I had to say mattered, and that I was a welcome presence. And when he treated me with such compassion and respect, it made me want to be better, to be more like him.
From Veronica Sidney, homeschooler. In the years I was homeschooled at the Singletons, Andy showed me how a true man treats his wife and raises his children. In the mornings, Deb and Andy would knit themselves into each other's arms as Deb cooed, "Good morning, handsome," and he would kiss her softly. He taught me how to change the oil and tires of a car, drive assertively, build effective fires, and make homemade ice cream. During geography studies, when our attention would drift, Andy would come and crack a joke. Andy always took time out of his day to brighten another's. He has been called a gentle giant, but he is really a giant angel. I love you, Andy.
I'm Jesse Core, youth group alum. The thing that always struck me most strongly about Andy was his willingness to listen. Andy always had time for me, no matter how busy he was. He took you as you were, without judgment, without complaint, and he loved every one of us. As a new advisor to the current NSUC youth group, it is to Andy's example and legacy that I look for guidance, strength, and patience.
From Sid Cathy in Exploring Youth in the early 1980s. Rusty was one of my first adult friends. These are the top things that I learned from Rusty as an adult. 1, the easiest way to get anything done is to make a bonfire and brainstorm solutions with your friends. 2, if you do not have any friends, make a bonfire and invite some people over to talk. 3, if you do not know anyone, volunteer for an organization, and then invite the people you are working with over for a bonfire. 4, someone sitting by himself at a meeting is waiting for you to invite them to a bonfire. And finally, I'll be forever grateful that as an Explorer post-president sitting alone at my first district meeting in 1978, Rusty invited me to a bonfire. His example inspired me, motivated me, and helped me to navigate that perilous transition from youth to adulthood.